Are you ready to stop the self-sabotage and create the life you desire? Well, in order for that to happen, you need to break free from the bad beliefs that are holding your success hostage. You need to optimize the stress by turning it into extra energy for success. And those hurtful habits? Well, we need to give that pain a purpose for progress. Welcome to Stop the Self-Sabotage and Create the Life You Desire podcast.
Have you ever watched an animal out in its natural habitat do something really, really stupid and then go, oh my gosh, kindred spirit, I found my animal totem, my spirit animal. This happened to me yesterday morning. So in my backyard, I have two very tall trees. One is a ponderosa pine, which means that it's got the skinny trunk and it goes up about 30, 40 feet, and it's only got branches and pine needles on the top 10 feet, nothing else below that. And then I've got this huge maple tree that just spreads out over my house and part of the house and yard next door. And the squirrels will run along the picket fence to where they're even with the maple tree, and then they jump off the picket fence and they run up into the maple tree to where their nests are, and then they'll hop over to the pine tree because those branches overlap, and then they'll run down the trunk of the pine tree and then back over to the picket fence. Now, why do they do that? Because typically, sitting underneath those two trees, watching all of this activity take place, is my puppy. He has discovered squirrels. So they got to find a way to get over him or around him. So yesterday morning, I was sitting with him, watching all the activity take place. And all of a sudden, on the ground next to me, I hear a huge thunk. But it whatever hit the ground, it made a sound of, oh. And I look over, and there's a squirrel laying there. It fell out of the pine tree. So it fell like 30 feet. And then it jumped up to its feet because now my dog is on his feet, and it runs into the yard next to us. And I'm laughing because I'm thinking, if I'm in the world of squirrels, that would be me. The one going, oh, well, that didn't go as planned. Yeah. But the squirrel had a plan on to get to its feet as quick as possible and head over to the yard next to us before it became a puppy's play toy. What does this have to do with you and getting your goals? There's something known as borrowing trouble. Zero-based thinking. It's a takeoff on zero-based thinking. Zero-based thinking says, knowing what we know now, would we get ourselves in the same situations? And if the answer is no, then how quickly can we get out? Well, borrowing trouble says, based on the experiences that you've had in your past, you know things are not going to go as planned. So what are the 1 to top 3 things that can go in the wrong direction, and what are you going to do to address them? Typically, what you plan for going wrong when going after your goal isn't what's going to happen. But you're training your subconscious that not everything is going to go your way, and that you can adapt and find a way to still get into progress. Worked with a client yesterday who is needing to leave a business relationship. And she's like, okay, yeah, I'm terminating the relationship, but my partner, even though they want to continue, they're still being really good about it. And so I'm having the lawyer draw up the papers. Let me tell you, from my perspective, I've got 20 years of experience that people will say one thing and then they will do something completely different. And I'm like, okay, well, what are you going to do if your partner decides that they don't want to sign those papers? Oh, no. They said, I'm like, no, they don't want this. I don't care if you think you know them. You really don't know the monster that they hold within that they will use to bring out against you because they don't want this. So they're going to find every way to sabotage it. What are the top 3 ways? And she was drawing an absolute blank because she is so focused on growth and bringing out the best in people, which is the reason why she's leaving the relationship. Oh, you don't think that the reason why you're leaving it isn't going to show up magnified in ways that are just going to muck all of this up? So plan for it now. Now, again, what shows up probably won't be that. But because you've told your powerful mind, hey, we expect something to happen to hold all of this up, and we got a plan. So in the same way we've planned for things happening that can be harmful, well, if it's something we don't expect, we'll still be able to put together a plan that way. So how to stop the self-sabotage and create the life you desire? Things are not going to go your way. The squirrel, oof. But you got to get back up on your feet. And you already have to have a plan in place, because if you pause, you're going to become a sitting duck for someone else to come along and weaponize the best parts of you against you for their benefit. So have a plan, 1 to 3 things that are not going to go your way and what you're going to do to still get back into progress. This is what's going to allow you to create the life you desire. Until we get together again, blessings on your journey, because you're going to be falling out of some trees at some point, but that's okay. You're going to get back up on those furry little paws and make it happen.